It's Tiffany's Content. In New York, you may have a blizzard headed your way. We're going to talk about that, but first, subscribe. Just take a moment to subscribe. After I reach 500 subscribers, I'm going to start going live, okay? So let's do this. Let's take a look at the action. Right now, there's a lot of snow coming out the West Coast, definitely the upper West Coast, the Midwest, and even the Southwest, okay? That's going to meet up with that system in a Gulf and then ride up that East Coast with a lot of blizzards and storms. So right now, this is a screenshot of just what we're going to be expecting starting as early as this weekend as that storm moves right up the East Coast. It's going to bring a lot of impacts to a lot of areas, even from rain, sleet, snow, to melting snow, to heavy wind. And with all this can cause a lot of power outages. Definitely flash flooding. So we're going to take a look at the GFS run. Look at all that pressure. It's definitely a cyclone that will be headed up that East Coast. Now let's take a look. This is starting this weekend, and you can see all that moving over into Florida, riding right up that East Coast. We took a screenshot of that. There's another round that's coming along as well, and that'll be as early as that, Wednesday. And this is the screenshot for that right there. And that's going to be even more tougher than the one for, Monday, this weekend going into Monday. And then here's coming another round, so I just kept it going into the middle of January. And take a look at this one. They're all doing the same thing. This one's riding up the Midwest a little bit more, but look at all this snow, cold winter weather that'll be coming along and riding up the whole January. So make sure that you are prepared. This is that, fourth round. We're going into, January, 15th-ish or so. And this will be another round that'll be coming through all the way into the 21st of January that we can see so far. And just look at all these heavy storms. And let's take a look at the current watches for today. And you can see all that winter activity out of that West Coast. Definitely some winter storms going into Nevada, Las Vegas. Definitely making sure that it reached, Arizona and New Mexico with a big wind blast over there. And then you got some coming out the upper West Coast. And of course that Canada Arctic, blast almost like, coming out of Canada, going right into the Midwest. And of course that East Coast is setting up shop for the strong system. And you can see that in all the hazards that you have here. The pink is that freezing rain. I'm going to show you that ice is already starting to develop. And then you're going to see that heavy wind in the Gulf, even in Alaska. And then you're going to see all that heavy snowfall right in the Central Plains coming out of the west and then up the East Coast. And then of course the Midwest definitely have hazards as well. But look at all that wind activity in the Gulf and rain hazards that we have. Now this is for today, and you're going to see that we definitely going to have some rain coming in starting as later on tonight even. So this is our hazards, looking into Saturday basically, and definitely we'll be going into the weekend. And this is basically what we have. Definitely tornado watches out there when you see the yellow, okay? Making sure that it can be severe weather that, definitely can cause a lot of rain, thunderstorms, lightning, severe weather. And look at all these watches and warnings. This is also going on into, the next few days. And even, and they're making this valid until Tuesday. So even if it changes, just keep in mind that these, warnings and watches are out there. Okay, look at all that heavy system rain coming up out of the west as well, going right into California. That'll be dipping down. And then all that Gulf system that was in the Gulf moved right over to the East Coast. And that'll be what will help the snow melt and then, go into a rain and wind activity and then more snow. And you can see that rain came right out of South Carolina going into North Carolina, Baltimore, New York. It's definitely going to ride up that East Coast with that rain, helping melt some of the snow, but then bringing a lot of wind. This is a severe activity watches for today. And my goodness, that is a very severe. So make sure you're aware of tornadoes. Let's take a look at the precipitation for today. And that's a lot of rain for one day. Starting as early as, it's already started over there on the Texas side and Louisiana, but it's definitely going to be riding over more towards, Florida as well. But look at that going into, Saturday, day 2 and 3. Given it the next few days, this is the amount of rain. And I told you, the new year brings new rain washing up those streets, and everybody's going to feel it, I'm pretty sure, in the United States. Okay, so let's take a look at that frost freeze temperature for today, and look at how far it dipped down, going all the way into Mexico. So look at that, and it's leaving that open gap for Texas, but that's where all that rain and that thunderstorms and tornado warnings are. So it's happening, and you can see that in this current snow depth map. If this is where all the snow is currently at right now, previous snow that's still there, so you're going to see some 24 inches, 7 inches and stuff like that, but that might be going away and then more will be coming back, or it might just pile back up because of all this other snow that's rushing in. But I know that this is what we have for snow today that fell. So you're going to see, over there in the mountains 2 inches and 3 inches, but definitely going into the weekend, we gotta have 6 inches, 8 inches on the west coast, and even on the east coast, 4 to 6 inches in some areas, 8 inches. Even in the Midwest, take a look at that. And then in the south, it's gonna be rain. Let's take a look at that map, and thunderstorms and lightning. Very much mixed precipitation going, into South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. Look at all of that mixed precipitation in the Central Plains. But that big snow is on the West Coast and coming out the Midwest and the Upper East Coast. That'll be all meeting with these systems that we have moving around. Look at all that low pressure. It's going to be very windy over there. This is going into the final day, into the next big storm. And you're going to be able to see that I think this is Sunday. So this is going to be a lot of snow and definitely, mixed precipitation as it starts to, move out. But this is the ice that we have right now for today, and it's starting to set up. You already see it's setting up there in the Midwest, very much so, right in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan. And look, right on the East Coast, you're going to see that it's setting up that ice. Look at how much ice is up there already, even going through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, into Virginia. It's definitely setting up for a major blizzard. Okay, let's take a look at the, imagery, and you can see right here on the goals that it's definitely going to be some moving parts. This is a great piece to look at because you'll be able to see all those system movements. It's very short. I can go back to, last 120 hours, but why? Let's just look forward. Let's take a look, and you can see that swirl is already starting to happen. It may be a big blizzard in New York, so are you ready? I'm going to keep you updated, but hey, make sure you subscribe. After I get 500 subscribers, I'm going to be going live on a regular daily basis. So let's do it. Okay? Help me get 500 subscribers. Like, share, subscribe. It's Tiffany's Content.